He and his eyes flashed close. He will not find long lost. Take your life now. Lao Tzu was determined not to find long these 7 defeats. The preacher is laughing furiously in the air. The devil ravens aggressively attack the potential BA. Suddenly a red light came into his body. Wait until he finds out he wants to get out. It was too late to blink and fall into the upper hand. In the face of potential attacks. He thought he was the one behind the attacks. See, the situation is not right. An hour later, he actively withdrew. But BA old people fake potential here. It's not easy for him to leave. Hurry up and chase. After the capture, the worst thing in the world brings your blood back. Laughing, this hatred is calculated to find the long. Even if your heart is not small. One more is not okay. The most aesthetic. Remember the lightning eye on the devil croak here. Very pleased with it. He will try to get his hands on it. It just started. The next part is the main one. 25. The end of the wicked is to die. At the same time, a series of black shirts appeared. Suddenly, he was looking for long. The leader has a lot of tricks. The sand is ready. They're looking for a way to die. On this side, the Dragon Master brought people to the battle. To inside the moment of fighting. I saw the Dragon Demon lead a group of ambushs. They are waiting for you to drink. So they can't go back to life. They killed them, the devil shouted. I finally realized that there was a wrong place. Immediately retreat. Long Master and Long Kneeling also brought people to chase. The worst of them stood on one side looking at everything. I guess the intentions of the people. Lion. In this battle of Yumin Cup, no one will care about a small family. In the Kier subdivision, just as the war begins, lost far away without AI protection. Yumin Cup, let the Yangming Kier come to destroy. It's a good plan, but unfortunately he could not escape the eyes of the Emperor. The most common. Just a moment later, Duongmin led the Black Feng Sun people. Appear in the eye. The corners of the mouth are slightly raised, probably laughing for an hour. Shake your head, the road is not clear. Come back or you will be sacrificed in vain. When someone suddenly appeared, Yang Ming asked, "You are a lost man." "I am the butler of the tribe." Probably the most obvious answer. Can't help but startle. Yang Ming cracked his mouth a little, furiously laughing. "You are the human substance. I can't believe you brought yourself to the door. Whoever loses his head will be rewarded." Yang Ming ordered an hour. Someone immediately came to attack. The worst of all. Gently glance at the other. I can't help but laugh coldly. Waste gas condenser too important only. I want to confront why. Shout for an hour and go. Directly use the big magic to decide. The Kier immediately exploded to the body is no longer there. One of the most popular ones just came out. Let Yang Ming surprise you. And yet he uses the ultimate magic. Who are you after all? I can't believe there are people like you. My older brother is the scammer. You don't remember why. Most likely ridiculed. You two are not there. If we were here, of course they're here. Hear this word. Yang Ming in his anger and regret. For not killing two people. To ruin the great. I see he wants to move again. Probably not a bit of horror. You're sorry you didn't kill us. You dare not move. Because you haven't seen the little girl. You can stay in the mountain for so long. Proved very careful. It has not been confirmed next door. Where to drag the lady? How dare you act, right? In the I can't help shrinkage. The person in front of him seemed to know his mind. Little by little. He completely understands his path. This man is too dangerous to save. I think it's going to be the worst attack. Gather the energy of the scene to kill the most evil. He laughed. I'm not a junkie. I want to let you turn the table. Just came out. Duong Ming used to, is to drag Ra, the ancestor of low-level martial arts. Even the most confident people don't notice. The aggressive climate is approaching, revealing a devilish smile. His fingers suddenly curled up for an hour. There was a yellow light around him. Yang Ming was just touched and beaten away, spitting out big blood sips. Probably the most visible. The injured man in front of him said coldly, "You are a little stronger than me. But they're just scraps. In the end, there's only one way to die." The words in the most evil hand are immediately sealed. A golden dragon appeared. Aggressive attack on Yang Ming. Right now, suddenly there was a 7-bar scream of the Wu family. My forest. Not too sure. He never paid attention to the words of others. What you do is decided by you. The decision in hand continues. But right now, suddenly the golden dragon was wrapped in chains from where a body image also appears. He saw that he did not pull the Wu family running to speak. I told you to stop. Why didn't you stop? The one in front of me. He was the enemy. He had to die. Why should I listen to you? Most likely the answer, but not even a glance at her. Why staring? Who appeared in the middle? Stitch Kier. Suddenly the Kier spoke. You are out. The old man wanted to kill him himself. Yang Ming still bites his lips. Suck the blood back in. But he wasn't prepared. The man in the black shirt flew out. You deserve it too. I saw you before, whether you were a genius or a genius, more than people, but compared to this kid, an ant, you are not equal to. Go back to you, Min Cup. When he finished, he turned to the worst. I'll give you a chance to join the team. I feel sorry for us as if we were ignored. Listen to here. I can't help but laugh for an hour. You also deserve it. Except 26 fight you Min Cup elders. The man in black saw the attitude of the most ordinary. I don't want to listen to Theo. He then attacked the crowd. Black Feng Sun. Behind. A dark ray appeared. The crowd was tied up screaming for an hour. A group of people just lost their lives. He threatened. If you don't want to be like them, follow me. He just finished. Most likely, he touched his chin and laughed for an hour. You Min Cup, you don't all rely on the black wind. I want to kill them now. The man in the shirt asked. I think he agreed to his offer, said hoarsely laughing. You are so smart. I'm sure you know why it was revealed. They are no longer worth taking advantage of. There's no need to leave a legacy for them to find evidence. Most likely, they frown. Who are they? The black man laughed. Join us, and you will understand. Most probably I can't help but laugh and shake my head, pointing to Yang Ming behind the malicious ridicule. Ha ha ha, Min Cup. You are in my eyes. It's like him in your eyes. Not as much as grass ants. The man in black heard his words, and was angry. You are not afraid of death, so I am ready for you. Just finished. He attacked in the most direct way. Even if you're under attack. But most probably not panicked. Calm down in the hand. A golden ray immediately appeared. To stop a Kier attorney. Yang Ming behind saw this scene. Not out of the market. Yang Ming, he was called a genius in Yu Ming. It's used in big plans. But now, he is being abandoned. Just because of the appearance of the most evil. Wipe the blood from your eyes. To glance at the surest side of the world. You must be waiting for me. He said. He turned and ran away. The dance behind the battle. Look at the way he wants to run. Immediately chase. Very fast body. Photo of two people accordingly also disappeared without seeing 3 breath. The best man standing in battle. One side defends against the Kier attack. One side pays attention to her actions. Reluctantly shaking his head for a sigh. Stupid head. I can't wait to see her in danger. Take your blood out, follow her. After thinking about Chu Quan Cho dragging Vu family, he focused on the battle. Outside Kier protective layer. The old man in black is still attacking. You can't ignore it. You wear black and you wear black. Towards the most lightning. But still held back by the hand of the most powerful lightning. Not finding the upper hand after a while. He's finally a little surprised. Open your mouth at such a young age. He was able to master the 3 levels of the dragon battle. The quality is not bad. It's a shame you met me today. Real power Gao player celestial perspective. It's not a gas leak like you can imagine. End words. The man in black continues to grow in the most ordinary direction. That come. The worst of the world in turn. A series of yellow light appeared. 5 level 9 thin long table. The battle officially launched the attack. The old man in black doesn't despise him anymore. This is not a normal game. Just a little bit of neglect. He lost in the strongest hands. It's good that you can make 5 cups. I asked for the last time. Do you want to drink or not? Your tattered place can't contain me. I see he is still so persistent. Probably the most ridiculed. That was it. I will not let you exist today. The man in black finally rose up in his eyes. The best way to go. Most likely I saw him rise up. Neither panic. He is the Holy Spirit who has been through the storm. The influence of others on him is not small. Calmly change to press the full force of the 9 heads golden dragon now break the ground. Tearing the wind and rushing towards the man in black. The man in black hasn't touched it yet. The most obvious place is standing. He was stopped by 9 powerful dragons. He did his best, but his strength was too great. He was thrown away, and then spat out a sip of blood. He did not expect 1,000 times. 5 cups of wakefulness is so bad. Most probably I can't help but laugh coldly. Only with this power can you do it. Elder. When the man in black heard this, he immediately became angry. He doesn't think about, it's a little guy. It can make him struggle to this extent. If you let the forest know, he has no place anymore. Even if you get down on your knees this time, I will absolutely not forgive you. Except 27 ends. In the eyes of the man in black gradually turned red. On the hand appears a circular object. On the left is the evil. He looked at the object in his hand and was surprised. The face gradually dropped. Ma Bao Yu Min Cup. An elder dealing with a minor climate gathering. Can be used again. I told you not to be afraid of losing face. People in black are not ashamed to laugh. Haha, if you are dead, I will send you out. The most important thing immediately stops. He was going to provoke him. Retract the wheel. But it happened suddenly. No tiger's magic master does not know integrity. They don't always achieve their goals through tricks. Here's why. Because the Grim Master will not want to confront with fellow believers. Magic, except for evil aggression, has no integrity. Once there is a fight, there's no negotiation, only decided to fight to the death. But he knows that he is also a ghost. So if you exchange it, you'll do the same. At this time the man in black started the Lao leader. To the most evil. Shout out to the boy. Most likely, the situation is not good. Once again seal the handle in hand. Kim Long himself is headed for the black gear. But the man in black has a treasure. His speed was much faster this time. In the blink of an eye, Kim Long swooped for an hour. The 9 dragon heads broke off. I think most people look a little bit. He's too fast. At 9, Kim Long came out. Not even a shadow of his body can be seen. He has a magical power. A silver star is once again approaching. Appeared in front of his eyes. The man in black had a strange smile on his face. This time you can't escape. Aggressive lip biting. Probably the most. He finally saw the sharpness of the Kier ghost. Laughing for an hour and talking for 3 hours. Your black shirt nod said NDTO eyes can. Under the 3 demons is your blessing. I am most likely to see this situation. His head hurriedly turned his coat and said, wait a minute, if I agree now and drink. It was late, the black man laughed for an hour. Then he brought the most evil moon. In my eyes, TIA is not satisfied, he died in this place. At this very moment a thunder came. He opened his eyes and saw the fake man standing in front of him. A line of fresh blood under his arm flows down. That's a little bit of a surprise for the black guy. Speak up coldly. Who are you? Black Feng Sun Lightning and Sky. Dealing with the lost family is the enemy of the old man. He screamed out loud, his whole body exploding. Most definitely look at the person in front of you. There's a little bit of skepticism. You have restored your power. As the blessing of surely. The old man not only recovered, but it's also about breaking through the sky. Nature replied casually. I am most likely glad to hear this word. At this moment, you need a master's help. Take the old man out. You hear me in command. This time we take his old life. Ha ha ha, old man was. Destroy your France. Plus an old man who's suddenly. The sky is not the old man's opponent. The man in black is the best. I feel ridiculous speaking up. Most likely, the devil laughed at him, so I'm not sure. Lao Tzu uses people who are not always calculated. It's never been as accurate as it is now. Take the dead man out. Stop dragging the sky, quickly attack. He points to the man in black. On the other side of the most evil hand. Immediately make a decision. Let's start the battle again. The man in black looked at him and started the battle. Just in case. The French are always strange. He wants to win and deal with it first. After thinking about it, he moved in the safest direction. But it's a deterrent. Master of Heaven, so scout. It's the vibration of an area of the sky. Right at the moment of falling into the wind. Suddenly there's an anomaly. The most common. The man in black has a flaw in the attack. The sky immediately makes a decision. Mouth murmured for an hour. Let me show you the true power of the 9 heavens. Long battle. Most likely the world suddenly screamed out loud. The 9 Kim Long appeared again. Turned into a Vajra around him. After a while a loud roar fluttered. The sky is headed straight for the man in black. By the time the man in black realized the danger, it was too late. He was surrounded by dragons. To his shout, and the dragons' roar. Only seen on the middle of the explosion, illuminating a whole area of the sky. 28 Ma told about Tay. A loud explosion. Dragon explodes in yellow, illuminating the forest sky. The body of the black man is no more. It turns into chalk and melts away. Out in the woods 100 miles away, the 2 men in black shirts were fighting back. Are under the attack of Ba Long 9. Suddenly right now, I saw the light explode. In the direction of the potential. Stupid for a long time, the 3 elders spoke up. What's going on? There are no other players fighting. But in the end, who's the master? You can do such a golden trick. Not finished looking for long, things happen quickly. Withdraw. Listening to the 3 elders Long 9 is a little disgruntled. The teacher took the opportunity to escape. His hatred has not yet been reported. But the safety of the potential is more important. He then withdrew back. To people in black. He had just escaped the pursuit of Ba Long 9 looked at the forest for a long time. I finally decided for a moment to go back. He left a man named Lord Kier here. Leave him to heaven. On this side, the sky is directly watching. Deem Sutra scene. I was terrified. He thought he had to give his life in exchange. Not expected. Most probably just want him to buy time. In such a short time, he can go to heaven and earth. To kill a great master of the celestial scenes. Not even the body. He is now finally the most transparent. How terrible is it? Even at the moment, the sky is still amazing. I think most people are thinking about getting married. Turn to tell him. Drag the old family. Take care of the lost. I'm looking for the lady. I heard that he wanted to find the family. And then the sky nods in agreement. If only the old man had a breath. I will not let anyone touch you. See him like that. Most likely, people will laugh. Looking for the dance floor? For so long, only for people have appeared. Maybe no one else is coming. He left the sky. The sky is high, and the lost can be safe. Now he has to go find the fool. Afraid that she will suffer at the hands of Yangming. Think of something. Probably the most. Trying to move people towards the person in black. Before that, take the ghost into your hands. There are 3 ghosts in front of you. It's a pity not to collect. At the same time, right in the forest of the forest not far. Duong Min, after escaping from the battle at the Kier. A road running here. The injured body cannot stand to rest. The police finally chased him to his place. He saw that he wanted to hide. They ran to stop him. Yang Ming is resting. Hear the sound, immediately turn your head. But I just saw the dance alone. He is willing to speak up. You alone dare to come here and stop me. When I saw him laughing, I immediately shouted. Today we have to replace the old guard. Kill your traitor. Even if I lose my life, I will drag you to death. I want to know you finally. Have you ever liked me? My Wei is a genius disciple of Yu Min Cup. Even if you are married, it must be in the 7 worlds. Women like you deserve me. Listen to him say this. The family laughed bitterly. There were a few tears on her face. Okay, let's finish it off completely today. Stop dragging Wu family to develop the principle. Quickly attack towards Yangming. Every direction lightning towards him. But the power between her and him is mutual. The difference is still too big. With just a few tricks, she fell into the trap. At the same time, Yangming wanted to work with her. Suddenly, a red light attacked Yangming. Until he found out he'd been blown out. Injury gets worse, spits out a sip of blood. Wait until Yangming is injured. She finally saw what had saved her. When she saw it, she was a little surprised. It is the most precious blood of all. She doesn't think he could take his own treasure and save her life. Now she's finally clear about something. See, the situation is not right. Yang Ming can't be pleased anymore. I open my mouth and pray for you. Please be patient. Maybe you've forgotten our good times. Maybe you forgot. How do I normally treat you? I saw him mention something before. Not fast, not slow smile. He just erased their past a second ago. A second later, I took it and begged her. How much integrity does he have? And now I have to kill you even more. Like right now. There's an explosion. Hindered the attack of the Wu family. After the smoke cleared, a photo body appears. It's the elders of Yu Min Cup. He just showed up and asked. You can be so pathetic. What's the plan? Plan. The soldiers thought of something and stammered back. I saw him stop. The elders then guessed that the plan might have failed 7 times. But this moment doesn't matter anymore. You can safely retreat first. Go back first. Before we get back, we have to kill this head first. Adopted 29 cleavage. End words. The elders launched an attack towards the Vu family. For the first time ever, I faced the god of heaven. She was threatened to startle. When she thought she would die here, suddenly a bright silver light flashed through. The elders saw. It is time to take the attack back. It's time for the floor elders to raise their heads. I saw a dart-like body standing there, with a mocking smile looking at him. Elder Yu Min Cup here bullying Junior. The world looks the most certain to come out of surprise, mixed with a sense of security. Just like before, Y01 noise killed the black leopard paint. Keep her and her husband safe and secure. The opposite of the joy of the dance. The elders are not happy. The man in front of him ruined many of his plans. Not happy, he shouted. It's you again. There is a ghost in your hand. Where is the elder? He mentioned the Kier. I'm most likely laughing, you know. The elders were startled. Dare not believe my guess. The old man lost. In the hands of a young man. But look at the ghost in the strongest hand. He did not pay attention to the death of the elder. I want to reclaim the ghost. He doesn't want to. Yu Min's treasure cup fell into the hands of outsiders. Look at the expression in front of you. You know exactly what the enemy wants. Mouth raised to use sound transmission to drag the family. This is the sound transmission. I'll hit his heart in a minute. Then close your eyes. Just stick it straight in. The rest you don't have to worry about. Hear this sentence. I can't help but look at him. In front of you is the legendary master. How can she win? The one thing that's waiting for you is death. She knows for sure. He had never used tricks to achieve his goal. Maybe she wants to take her life. Let him kill the Kier. But she doesn't care either. Chased here, she didn't think she could come back alive. I nod my head. Get her consent. The most pathetic finger. Take your blood back to your body, scream out loud. The scream just came out. The worst of the world immediately moves behind. The church also uses its own. Towards the elders. See this scene. The great elders. They dare to fight him first. Real heavenly power scene. It's not something that their aerosol can resist. Can cause harm. For him, it can only be a curse. In the most evil hands. But he forgot the elder of Yu Min Cup. He picked it up a few hours ago. Also because of pride. Identify the target. Elders, focus your attack on the strongest side. I can't seem to get the dance behind me. You can cover your eyes in front of others. It doesn't work in front of the old man. Don't play the role of the old man. I'm not fooled. Listen to him. Perhaps the most contemptuous voice, but not. Are you still fooled? The words he just finished preaching were amazing. He is always on the lookout for what he does. But right now, it's a red light coming towards the body. Make him scream right away. Stop moving in your hand, last time it was you. Very well, young man. You have lost an arm. Wait for me to force it out. The old man has a new grudge against you. While talking to the most confident, the elders have brought the force together. I want to take your blood out. Most likely, I saw this act half-time, revealing a devilish smile. Your elders have deceived me. Words just ended. The back of the boat is just coming. Straight to the heart of the scaffold. Han looked forward most anxiously. Not willing to look at you. In the mouth the blood is constantly flowing out. Probably the best laugh for an hour. No matter what, they were also seriously injured. But there's an evil smile on her lips. Preacher elder. You are wrong this time, it is not me. You think there's only the moon wheel in my hand. It can hurt you. Unfortunately, you forgot that your body was injured. It's not the same anymore. You accumulate all the energy in your body. Ha ha ha. Here why finished. The elders before death. Understand the person in front of him. How deep is the mind? It's really scary. Even if it is most certainly not cruel. The dead man is why. Just take one wrong step and you will be disgraced. Fate compels him not from tricks. Probably the most injured. Can't stand up immediately against the tree's base of rest. The family looked at him. She understood how many mistakes she made. He's using himself in exchange for a chance at life. So she sat down next to him. I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Most likely, he looked at her reluctantly, shaking his head. This has nothing to do with you. My brother's blood was injured. So our internal forces are also affected accordingly. See if you can find anything on him. Master Yu Min Cup definitely has a lot of interesting things. The most sure sounding of all sounds amazing. She thought it was just her treasure. But did not expect it also has to do with your life. But in the most important moment, he protects her. In her heart right now, unconsciously flowing through the warm stream. Mixed with a little worry. 30 to get the treasure. Let the world listen to the worst of the world. The elder quickly 6 checks all over the why. A lot of things immediately appear in front of you. Most likely, one side sees her actions. Clicked my tongue to exclaim. Of course, the thief collected 10 parts of proficiency. After collecting 10, the family brought it to you. The most embarrassing eyes. Keep your head down and be surprised. She had never had such a strange expression before. I only saw one glance at her. And then we focus on the treasures. Obtained from the Kier preacher. Of course I found a treasure. This is a low-class martial art. Business only. In addition, there is also a low-class martial art of the martial. Piece of rotten wind. I don't know about the two families. What's the secret? Yu Min Cup does not regret to plan appropriation. Keep it in front of you and count it later. A moment later, I was most likely looking towards the wall. Give her a ring, she said. I'll give it to you. According to the rules of the bandit, split me in half. Keep the rest. He looked at me and threw this precious thing away. She couldn't help but be amazed. Old man, you kill these things, you keep them. They have money, but so on. Lost are many. Not enough for you to use. Most probably indifferent people say we don't need these things. That kind of shit.